All right, class is in session. Going to do a video here. Going to be short, but what I want it to be is on basically the power of women's primary agency, which is their sexuality, and how much they do know that it's powerful, and how they do use it to manipulate men. Because I think this is important. Women will run a narrative that they don't know how important sexuality is, or it's not important to them. Disdain things you cannot have from the 48 Laws of Power. The less emphasis you put on something, the less attention you put on something, well, then the less powerful it seems, the less impact it'll have on someone, right? Or they think it'll have on someone. So if women can disdain their sexuality, like, oh, that stuff, we don't like it, we don't know anything about sexuality. I mean, it's okay. I mean, sometimes I just like a book, sometimes I'd rather just have a glass of water. Sex, meh, I don't know, it's all right, it's no big deal to us. Does it have power? I'm not sure. They know, they clearly know, and they've known since a young age, that their sexuality have power. When men start paying attention to them, and let's not get weird, let's keep this, but men start paying them attention at certain ages. I'm not a girl, I don't know what age that is, but it is when they start looking like a woman, okay? But obviously men, 99.9% of men are respectful to that. So anyway, let's get this started. This first guy is, I have him on another podcast. The titles, I'll probably link them all in the description. The title, I'll have several videos linked in the description so you can watch them. But the title of this one is like Good Girls, We Hear You. And I titled it, How Beta Males Have Sex. So let's go ahead and hear this.
And more than likely he's of the Pookie Ray Ray typish. So if that's your MO, that's how you get down. You just can't control your flesh. You just can't control your carnal urges. You just got to get it done. And this guy's
see, this is the way a beta male think, and I'm just going to comment. I've already done a video on him, but just since we're here, he's blaming this on the Pookie Ray Ray effect and that she can't control herself. Women can't control themselves, and that's what beta males think. Like, oh, the man just manipulated her. Oh, no. And they don't understand how much sexuality, a beta male at least. They understand this is for beta males. Women cannot manipulate alpha males. They cannot manipulate players because players know how they work because they bang them a lot. So they know how they operate in private. But all this propaganda, and if you believe any of it, you're a beta male. And kill that beta male before the beta male kills you. But anyway, women love Pookie Ray Ray. They love a man that can bang. I mean, they can fall in love with a man over sexuality. If he can do them right, oh my God, they will fall in love with that man. Trust and believe. That's why it behooves you to learn how to have sex well. But part of having sex well is them being aroused by you, and not so much technique. It is done before you get in the bedroom, and it's done in their head. Okay, let's go.
But you wouldn't bring him to a company picnic, or you wouldn't bring him to your, to a family game night, introduce him to your mom or dad.
See, and there's another beta male misconception, right? And I don't know if he's pandering or he really believes this, but if he believes it, he's extreme beta. Because, the guy that they bring to the company picnic and the guy that they introduce to their parents, as opposed to the guy that can rail them sexually, they respect the guy that can rail them sexually way more. And there's a million guys that can take him to a company picnic. There's a million guys that'll take him and she can introduce to her parents and play family game night, But that's not what women really are impacted by. Yeah, she'll like it that your family likes her, but the guy that can rail her and make her have orgasms, most men cannot make women have orgasms. The guy that knows her body better than she knows her body, oh, that guy's powerful. She respects that man. If she doesn't invite him to game night, yeah, maybe her parents won't accept him, but who cares? She accepts him. She loves him. So understand and believe, oh, they won't invite you to... That for beta males is important because that's what beta males are good at, taking you to company picnics and playing family game night. They ain't good at giving you an orgasm.
That kind of guy. So if you're not with all that, like this video, how do you navigate this world in all that? Listen, I'm not a guru or anything like that, but I'm
it's clear.
my humble opinion. I think you got to hold your ground. I think you got to hold your ground.
So he's telling women to hold their ground. Okay, that's a bad strategy because that's sexuality. So I don't know if he's, again, pandering, but if you're telling women to hold their ground, that's their primary agency. And women know this. Women are not going to hold their ground if they truly want a man. If that man is truly seen as their alpha, you telling them to hold their ground is totally counterintuitive to their sexual agency. You know, it's their most powerful agency. You know, they know when they want a man, they don't do it by, you know, charming him with their words. They don't do it by giving him hugs. They don't do it by writing him letters. They do it by sexuality.
And number one, you're right. You will never ever be satisfied if you give in to what everybody else is doing. Everybody else around you is sleeping around. They got friends with benefits.
Now, see, here's the thing. Let's say she wants the man. He's the alpha bang, because the dual mating strategy says alpha bang and then beta male provider, right? Well, women want the genes, so they go ahead and sleep with them right away because they know it's their most powerful agency. Now, he's claiming sleep around. That may be a woman who, you know, doesn't want to keep a man, right? But the woman who wants to keep a man, she doesn't have to be sleeping around. She sleeps on, and that's a misnomer from these guys. They think a 304 sleeps with a guy on the first date. No, she could sleep with a guy within 1 minute, and that be the only man she ever sleeps with. Oh, she had 304. She had 304. No, that's a woman who really wanted the man. She gave it to him hard, and they stayed together the rest of their lives. That doesn't make a woman a 304 because there's no such thing really. But let's say the woman dates 3 guys in her life, right? And each one she sleeps with it within 1 minute. That's actually a good strategy. But that does not make a woman a 304. There could be a woman that waits 90 days, but she's not that into the guy, so she keeps flipping through guys. Yeah, you might have a 90-day rule, but that's over 50 guys, you know? So one girl could sleep with a guy within 1 minute, but yet marry them, let's say, for 10 years. Each one marries for 10 years. I mean, so just because you sleep with a guy fast, this is the beta male, you know, like just, you know, wrong theme, you know. They err in their thinking. You know, just because a girl sleeps with you fast does not make her a 304.
They got the guy who scratches their itch from time to time, or they got a guy who's paying their bills from doing this, that. And if you think that that's the way to go, you think that's the way to get down, you think that's the way to go about your business and move, I don't think you'll ever really be happy with that. I think that you'll compromise your values. You'll look in the mirror every day and be like, who is this person? What have I become?
Well, he just named 2 different, so he said pay your bills. No, she won't be happy. That's a dual mating strategy, and she's not going to, as long as she respects the man and he can do her right, she'll respect that man and be happy. But if she, if he scratches that itch, she can go have a problem. She's getting her sexuality itch scratched. That's a different guy. Yeah, you won't, you know. So anyway, that's the dual mating strategy. He talked about 2 different guys there, 2 different, if you're doing it to get your bills paid, those girls will be unhappy.
I've let myself down, I've let my family down, I've done this. You feel terrible because you've compromised your morals, your values.
And once again, I said sex has no morality, and women know this. And women are going to very private. We just heard that Nicole Kessinger, she usually doesn't tell anybody about her sexual practices until she's been sleeping with the guy for 3 months. So women are not going to feel at all bad about this unless somebody judges them like a beta male and judges them poorly. As long as she can keep her reputation intact, it doesn't matter if her body counts 1,000. She doesn't care. You think it's 0, and women are fine with that.
And your ethics. You know, what does all that grant? What is all that grant? And listen, I had always thought this way. Listen, I pushed Auntie Anita. I think her content.
No, if he's pandering, okay. If he really believes this, he is misguided.
Spot on. And there's maybe I'll put it on here. There's a recent.
So this is the main thing I want you to see.
There's a recent post short that she did. I may clip that out here. But in any sense, the clip is talking about how, you know, really, and this is Auntie Anita. This is a woman. This is not me. She's a therapist. She does this. She does relationships. She's
a woman. We've seen many therapists. What kind of therapist is she? We've seen many internet therapists be lying. So whatever. But in therapy and I'm a psychology major. That's a bunk ass. The bunk ass science. That's why a lot of women like it. It's foo foo, spirit world. Anyway, yeah. And so, why would she lie about her sexual agency, her most powerful agency? She's a woman. You can believe her. The fish. That's like the fish, right? Here's how to catch me. Just like the Chick-fil-A. This is like the Chick-fil-A. This is perfect. The Chick-fil-A bullet. You remember the billboards? Eat more chicken, and it was the cows doing it. Yeah, because they don't want to. They don't eat freaking hamburgers, like and they would be like, eat more chicken, and they would. I can't remember, but basically the cows were trying to get you to eat more chicken. Well, the people that are going to be affected by losing power, like the cows, they're giving you false propaganda. Well, this guy's like, she's a woman. She'll tell you about how to get, what sex is about. No, she's going to try to lessen her power, her most powerful agency. Oh, yeah, she's going to tell the truth.
That's what she's talking about.
She's a cow doing the billboard.
How women, really, in comparison to men, don't get that much out of sex. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I've never been a woman.
I mean, dude, I hope he's lying, because if you've ever nailed a woman very well, you see what power sex has on a woman. When you've left when you can truly, she'll be sending you messages, paying for your stuff. I mean, it turns her into a whole nother person. You can talk to her any way you want. She's a bad girl. Whoa, women change when you do them right.
Guy, he's not showing a real investment, he's not showing a real intention, but when he does turn it on, you feel like the best thing in the world. And obviously
this would be alpha Chad. This is the alpha male. You think most beta male, 80% of men are beta males? You think beta male, he's not paying much investment. Most guys are over invested. The alpha Chad, yeah, he's got options. He's not going to be invested. He's talking about the 2%.
he is turning it on.
So now he turns it on, she falls in love with him sexually, right?
Because he wants something from you. That is a very common cycle. So as a woman, how do you break that cycle?
At some point, I think the woman needs to mature. She needs to
mature. And so, she's basically saying the young girls bang. Now, women love sex until in their what was it, at the nursing homes, they were having all kinds of STDs. No, sex will stay. I just had a friend of mine ask me about that. When do people stop wanting to have sex? Never.
and see that sex isn't love, sex isn't commitment.
Well, for women it isn't. Absolutely not. Women understand this better than anybody.
She has to want more for herself. Here's the weird thing, though. I'm a big believer, and I get a lot of pushback from men.
Because she's wrong.
I'm a big believer that women aren't really into sex like that.
Disdain what you cannot have. Like, Ferraris suck. Ferraris, oh, God. They are so expensive, and the gas mileage you get out of those, they break down. Dude, who would want a Ferrari? But I like Ferraris. Nah, dude, they suck, man. I disdain the thing. I cannot have a Ferrari. So I'm going to make it seem like it's not much. Lamborghini, those stupid doors, bro. Dude, who would want that? Dude, I want a door I can close easily. Nah, man, when you see them wing doors go up, those are sexy. But if I want to make it seem like they ain't nothing, Lamborghinis, dude, have you heard the freaking Consumer Reports on those? Dude, they get like 1 mile per gallon. But a bitch see you in one? Oh, hell yeah.
Not into sex like that. I don't think it's necessarily sex. It's a dopamine high. There are some men that have the ability to talk a good game or look at us, touch us away, smile. I think it's like a dopamine high. In all honesty, they have this belief that women are getting as much pleasure from sex as men are. And
they're getting more pleasure than men are. If you've had, let's see Auntie Anita right there. Watch her have an orgasm. Watch her have 2 orgasms that go over 30 seconds, that go over a minute, and tell me she's not moved by sex. Oh, dopamine hit. Oh, I don't care. Disdain things you cannot have. Meaning show contempt for something to not give it power. Okay, so that's what I'm saying is that's the narrative being pushed, so that they can control beta males, really. But women will poo-poo sex away. They want to run the narrative on it. But I'm going to go to another video. Excuse me, I don't have all the expensive gadgets, but I won't make this too long. Here it is right here. I got it set up the best I can here. Here's another girl.
Great, babe. Do we get catfish? So do you like it rough? That's the question.
Do you like it? Hey, do you like it rough? Is that the question? Women love it rough, by the way.
And he doesn't shower.
I am not going anywhere near there.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere near there if he doesn't shower. I mean, look, I mean, that, of all, I love Rolo, but of all, Rolo ain't been in the game, out here in the field like me. I've been out here in the field almost my whole life. And a woman, doesn't matter how good looking you are, you stink. She ain't, dude, no, ain't, no.
No, if you are, I'm, no.
Yeah, she ain't going near, that's why they don't like if you have dirty shoes, you have a dirty apartment. They don't want you to have a dirty dick.
Let her talk.
So here goes the narrative. Why would a woman try to sell this narrative? This is going to be her public face and a narrative she's trying to push. She's got a checklist. But like Royce says women got a 435-point checklist. Until she finds the alpha male, she throws that crap away and bangs the hell out of him. I paraphrase it differently, but basically she breaks rules for alphas. You can get away with it. She breaks rules for beta. This is all for beta males.
I actually do criminal checks on every single guy I'm going on a first date with. I have people for that.
Same.
I do criminal background checks. I don't give a shit how hot you are. Trust me, I've dated hotter, and I don't need you. And especially if you don't have a job, I need to know you have a credible job. I need to know your criminal history is clear. It's over 800. And same. Well, I'm trying to be an accountant. I mean,
women are emotional, right? So this woman, let's just say, and I don't know her, but and again, I'm not going hard on her. She looks very pretty, and it's not about that. It's about the narrative they're trying to sell. So, she's trying to sell how and what do we say? Women are pragmatics acting like romantics, right? And men are romantics acting like pragmatics. But also, it's like if she's out at a club or out and about, and she meets a guy who's like freaking beautiful as hell or handsome as hell, whatever you want to say, and her body's feeling it a certain way, you think she's going to go, hold on, sir. Let me go do that credit check. Let me go do that criminal hit. And that's why, because of lust, because of sexuality, we tend to get ourselves in trouble because there is that element of the emotional power of lust, men and women.
I've had my Roth IRA since I was 18.
Yeah, and does this sound sexy at all? She had a Roth IRA. If she was really trying to get with somebody that she really liked, you think she'd be talking about her Roth IRA? You think she'd be talking about criminal history checks? I'm talking about, let's say, a rich, hot alpha Chad. You think she's talking about her Roth IRA and her credit score and how she wants? No, she's wearing. You got a first date? Okay, go get that resume of your Roth IRA. Go do that. No, she's wearing something short. She's wearing something to push her boobs up. She's wearing something skimpy, and she's going to be putting the moves on them sexually.
Set up,
Let's go, Natalie.
It's I know I have all my ducks in a row, and if he doesn't, if he has any criminal past, I do not care how.
Oh my God, if you got a court date,
Adios.
baby. Ooh.
Okay, that's because see, that's basically one. That's the propaganda. She's dated somebody without a job. When we've all seen the women date someone without a job. It's okay. Like, they are very, we like that, right? That let's see. And then I'm going to go to, almost done. Now, this is Sarah Jo Pender. Sarah Jo Pender's in the Indiana State Penitentiary. She's seen as, and this is going to be the juxtaposition of, yes, they do know their sexual agency. Sarah Jo Pender was born in Indiana. She was going to be a pre-physics major. She did a year of that and realized she's probably not smart enough. And she left and became a secretary. That's like a lot of ladies that think they're real smart, whatever. But anyway, then she got with a guy at a Fish concert named Richard Edward Hall, who was a drug dealer, who had been arrested for burglary, who had been arrested for auto theft. This is how the real world works. So drug dealer, he ends up getting with her. What she liked about Richard, and this is important to know, it's not your credit score. It's not your, your criminal history. It is your manliness. She liked that he was manly but sensitive. We've heard that a lot. Women love a guy who's masculine and shows strength. Her and Rick, now it's not known who, but they killed their roommates, Andrew Cataldi and Tricia Norman, who were also drug dealers that lived with them. So they she bought a shotgun for her boyfriend from Walmart, 12-gauge shotgun. She claims she went for a walk, and when she got back from that walk one night, they were having an argument. She noticed that Andrew and Tricia were killed by Rick. So anyway, and then they put him she helped Rick put him in a dumpster. Now it's also alleged that she may have been the shooter. So she bought this, but she writes a letter, and in that letter she says, I wish I could go back and change the events of that night. Drew was so mean that night. I did not mean to kill them. It must have been the acid. When you said you would try to take the blame, I knew then you loved me. See there? Women will love, that's manipulation, And here's the thing, guys. You don't have to do anything for women. If they like you enough, they'll do stuff for you. Okay, but a man who thinks he's got to kill somebody for a woman, it sounds romantic, and men are romantics, and women know that. They'll pray with, I knew then you loved me. She don't care. I knew you loved me deeply. At first, I thought you would tell, but you stuck to your promise. And he's doing 90 years behind that promise. I mean, wow, what an honor. Love always, your Lady Bear. P.S. Destroy this. See, you see how she stays pragmatic? That's where the real, that's a woman right there, right? She did the manipulation, and then she stayed pragmatic. She's serving 110 years in prison, but in prison, she falls in love with a Jamie Long, who's a female, and Jamie Long looked pretty good. And she said Jamie Long would assist her to get out of prison. So she escapes from prison with the help of Jamie Long, who she was having sex with. Jamie Long is a woman. But what she also knew is she could manipulate a man. So what she does is, Scott Pittler, a prison guard, she was having sex with him. And she also offered him $15,000. So they planned for 20 months to do the prison escape from a maximum security prison in Indiana, and it worked. The only bad thing for Scott Pittler, this prison guard who she was banging, to manipulate, she knows the power of her sexuality. She knows she knows what her strongest primary agency is, and that's her sexuality. Women do know this. She knew it was so strong she could manipulate a prison guard with it, right, and get out of jail that she was serving 110 years for. So Scott got her out of the prison guard she's having sex with. Jamie then, the other lady she's having sex with, picks her up. And then Scott gets arrested the next day, and he's sentenced to 7 years. So he ruined his life there through the manipulation, sexuality of a woman. Now here's the worst thing even for Scott, right? Guess what happens? Sarah ghosted him right after she got out of jail. So do women need sex for connection? Women must have a connection. No, they use their sex for what they want to get. So this is the prisons that Sarah Jo Pender is in. This is administrative segregation. She's serving a 5-year sentence in basically solitary confinement for escape. Now she's gonna gaslight and say it's because I embarrassed the prison. How about the fact that if they give you access to people, you're gonna try to manipulate again and escape? It also could be that, but she makes it emotional.
Them here to give them time to think about what they've done and to clear up their negative behavior.
Offenders in this unit spend more than 20 hours a day locked in their cells. They have no contact with the rest of the prison population.
Hey Sarah, you ready?
Sarah Pender has been in this segregation unit for nearly 5 years. This is punishment not for the double murder for which she was convicted, but for an incident in 2008 which made headline news across the country.
Why do you think that they have given you this long sentence, as it were, in segregation unit?
Because I embarrassed them.
How did you embarrass them?
Well, I escaped from what was supposed to be a maximum security prison.
How did you do that?
Sex.
An officer aided me.
In what way?
So she's barbed wire, guard towers, shoot on sight, you try to escape, multiple fences, multiple layers of inability. No, you cannot escape that thing unless you have help. Her vagina beat the guard towers, beat all the guards, beat all the 5 fences, beat the razor wire. Her vagina was more powerful than all of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? They know. She knew. Offer this vagina, and basically, and I'm doing it figuratively, she cut through all that stuff. Think about somebody, I have a dear friend of mine who immigrated to this country from Mexico. And if you know, some people will risk their lives, and some people do die trying to get here to America from Mexico, from other countries. She used her vagina, married a guy here, and she's here for the rest of her life. She's an American citizen now because she used the power of her vagina. Women know the power of their sexuality. And the reason I say that is not to be angry, not to focus on, oh, well, to sexuality and we're going to, jerk off to that. No, what I'm trying to tell men is don't allow women to act like they don't know. And when women know that women like you, they offer you sexuality. Women break rules for alphas, they make rules for betas. Always understand that. And if a woman says, "Oh, I'm not into sex," or I need 90 days, you are now dealing with the manipulator. So that's the prison. Anyway, that's Sarah Jo Pender. I accidentally rewinded it, but anyway, that you got the idea. So, and lastly, I will read this because I can't put the song on, but this song, these lyrics are from a song called "Hot Honey" by Tiesto, and
into this prison.
Let me see. Yeah.
I've always naively, I guess.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop that. Okay. Stop that right there. All right. So these are the lyrics from "Hot Honey," and this is how a woman reacts when she likes you, and this is what most guys don't know. But these are just the lyrics, but they'll show you. This is the game. Women give away the game in lyrics. So it says, "The fire in my lungs is burning hot, slow, like Tupelo and whiskey. If you had half a heart, you would let me go. I hate how much I need you to be the one to save me from this hell you keep putting me through. I try to run, but I always come back to you. Hot honey, I always have to wonder what you want from me." That's the anxiety women love. They are very anxious. They're very neurotic about the guys they love. Guess it's not enough to stick around. So she doesn't believe her presence is enough. This guy don't care. This guy's like, whatever. You can stay, you can go. But she's hanging around. This girl's hanging around. Guess it's not enough to stick around. You always love to let me down. This guy's letting her down. And she believes he loves it. No, he just doesn't care. That's a guy who doesn't care. I'm gonna do what I do. An alpha male, right? Me first, you second. You have got that sweet something. Okay, that's that sexuality. You've got that sweet something that she wants, right? You've got that. Let's see, where am I at here? Hold on. Okay. Now to stick around, you love to let me down. You got that sweet something that I am stuck on your lips. Sexuality, stuck on your lips. That is lust, that is arousal, that is sexuality. That's what they can be controlled by when you really do them right. She's stuck on your lips. That's why I keep coming, but you never, it's like, you never want to stick around. That's right. He ain't sticking around, You never want to stick around. It's like you love to let me down. That goes back again. He's letting her down. Ain't nothing sweeter than the way you like the second. It's like nothing sweeter than the way you love. Yes. Nothing sweeter than the way you lie. Sorry. Nothing sweeter than the way you lie. This girl's like, oh, he lies so good. Trust me, this is the neuroticism of a woman when she's in love with you. The second you think I'm gone, here we go, you show up. Hold on. You show up in the middle of the night. Here comes a guy. You know what? She thinks, man, he ain't coming back, dude. He left me. Damn. But you're like, you know what? I ain't seen her in about a month. Let me go show up in the middle of the night. That's confidence. Do you know? And I've done this before, by the way. When you've lived this, you know this is true. You show up in the middle of the night because I still want you. Boom. That's power. Show up in the middle of the night. Hey, baby, hadn't seen you in a month. You lied, you ghosted, but I'm stuck on you, right? All right, almost done here. All right. You show up in the middle of the night because you know I still want you to be the one to save me from this hell you keep putting me through, because he's the only one. It's his presence. It's his presence that saves her from the hell she's in, you know, because there he left. But he can save her from that hell by showing back up. Not with his money, Coach Greg Adams. Not by paying chicks. Not by paying bitches, Coach Greg Adams. He shows up with his presence, all right? You keep putting me through. I tried to run, but I always come back to you. She's trying to get away, but her heart won't let her. We've all seen girls like this. When girls want you, ain't no logic or reason gonna change them. Okay, hot honey, I always have to wonder what you want from me. Guess it's not enough to stick around. It's like you love to let me down. I need that sweet something. I'm stuck on you, I'm stuck on your lips. That's why I keep coming, but you never want to stick around. Like you love to let me down. Boom, baby. That's when a woman loves you. That's what you need to know when they give away the game. And I'm going to go over more songs that have that. But Love on the Brain, listen to that one by MGK. What's another one? It's called WHORE by Got In This Moment. That's another one. I'm going to go over them, though. Better Man by Little Big Town. Those will show you what, how Selena Gomez, the heart want what it wants. I'm going to go over that song. And lastly, was Taylor Swift, Like a Drug or something. Those give away the game. That's how women act with men they really like. That's how women act around alpha males. That's all I got for now. See you on the next one.